Let's take the bottle out and crack her open. It's like driving a car off the lot. $1,000 worth of depreciation this is what it sounds like. So this is a very heavy cork, oh, I see. So it's a huge cork and it looks like it's a huge opening by the glass, but it's actually a pretty narrow
so you can actually put that
cork.
eagle in there.
So there you go.
By the way, guys, look out for Alex's channel. I'll share it as soon as he starts it. But you're gonna get one pretty soon, right? Right? Even the deadline is apparently before
the Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
Yeah. Nose is wonderful. So the first thing I like is the proof is a little amped up. It is 101 proof. That's how Eagle Rare used to be before it got watered down. Very muted. It is very reminiscent of like vintage bourbons, of course, but nice and sweet. I get some nice like fruit on it, maybe like a little cherry or something. All right, cheers. That is some good shit, man. That is some good shit. Very creamy, like butterscotch. Very confectionery. Has like candy. It's perfect. It's really good. What can you say? Like, there's no criticisms you can level at it. It's perfect embodiment of like Buffalo Trace's mash bill #1. It's got oak, but it's not overpowering. Good amount of sweetness. Like I kept saying this all over my videos, but my favorite stags and my favorite Eagle Rares are the one with like a nice grape note to it. And this, it doesn't have like a ton of this grape note, but it has like a nice sweet notes, which is phenomenal.
On the nose, it smells delicious. I'm actually, not surprisingly, it is very close to the OFC in terms of the nose. Definitely getting kind of like that aged wood, but not in a bad way. I mean, it's just, it smells delicious. All right, let's go. Oh, that is just beautiful. I'm really happy that they brought the proof to 101. It makes a huge difference. I just, you know, sometimes I think I'm definitely a proof hound, but just something about it just brings the strength and the taste up an entire level. Yes, I mean, I would say it's much better than the OFC. You know, not surprisingly, they're the same mash bill. I probably don't get as much sweetness on it as you do, but you know, I'm a type of person that never really liked oak. What I've discovered now, you know, with some recent bangers, that when done right and you have this sweetness that balances the oak, it's just spectacular. And people that do like oak, I can actually see it now. And it's such a privilege and great experience to try this. Like you said, it's hard to put in words, but it is.
It's like a symphony of flavors that everything kind of comes together really nicely.
Very oily. The texture is fantastic. Revival whiskey, great place if you have a chance to go to. It's in Covington.
Yes.
You can just go to the bar and there's always like a $5 or a $10 pour of something that's vintage, and I'm sure that a lot of the distilleries nowadays have found better practices to make better bourbon, but man, they were making some good shit back in the day as well. All right, we'll see which of these we like the best. Here's Hiram Walker's 10 High.
I'll taste it along with you.
All right. Now all of these are fairly low proof. This one is 86 proof.
So this one has like a real dusty funk to it. a lot of the times I would say, or people would say, like, this is dusty. No, this is real, like yeah. 4 layers of like an ancient tome.
Yeah.
Like and
you might like actually say it's a newspaper note. What do you think?
Like, no, the level of dust, it's like a biblical scroll level dust. What are you getting?
I'm actually getting the dust, and it's the first time I've gotten what I would call a newspaper note.
Yeah.
But you would think that I'd be turned off by it, but there's also a little bit of sweetness in there, and I'm not ready to say that I won't like it. I think I actually might like it. Oh. Oh yeah. So I'm actually not getting that much dusty on the palate. This was bright, sharp, almost actually a little bit youthful. Oh yeah, and the finish is young. So I would say that very enjoyable. Like I would say that was probably not top dollar back in the day, but I would say it's much better than the bottom dollar, bottom shelf bourbon on the shelf. And in fact, I've seen a 10 high on the bottom shelf, and if so, I am certain that this tastes like 10 times better.
To me, it's very abrasive. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be 100% honest. It's not great. I don't like it, but it's really okay. So that's been proofed down a shit ton, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like been in that bottle, so it should. If all the things, all the forces to mellow it out hasn't really mellowed it out, or like it was so astringent and so hot back in the day that even like here, like 60 years later, I'm just feeling the heat. You know, it's got like funky, like really like not in the. I don't know. It's got all sorts of funky aftertaste.
Okay.
It's not a good one for me, but maybe you like it.
No,
I was trying to be honest here.
No. You're absolutely right. I think I'm not getting as much of the funk as you are, but definitely I'm getting youth notes towards the end. It's not it's, like as soon as it hit the palate, I was like, oh wow, this is much better than I was expecting, given the newspaper dusty note that I was getting on the nose, because it was actually very bright. But then that brightness turned into, oh, it's actually younger than I thought. Because we think of this vintage bourbon as being an old bourbon, and it is old, but it stops aging once it's been bottled. I don't think this was a 10-year product. This was probably like a 4 to 6 year product. So, yeah, it's kind of.
Although having said that, a lot of the times what Brad told me is that the age statements, if it says 8-year on the bottle or 10-year on the bottle, it's actually could be a lot older than that, because they had a problem moving whiskey back in the day. So,
yeah,
but not this one. All right, moving on.
All right. So here we go, is vintage Jim Beam. Very excited about this one.
Like the cotton, you know how like they stuff cotton in a medicine bottle? That's what I'm getting.
That doesn't sound very appetizing. Okay, so this is actually a little bit more what I was expecting for a vintage bourbon. This reminds me of, this is supposed to be 86 proof. It's drinking maybe 80. It could be like a 70 proof by now. I have a feeling that it's not unpleasant. It's very not Jim Beam either. Not oaky at all. It's sweet, but it does seem like it's been oxidized, so it's probably lost a lot of proof. It's like a little bit of a sweet water, which I don't think is a bad thing. I'm expecting the alcohol to kick in, and then there is no alcohol.
Unfortunately, okay, so I love this vintage Jim Beam. I love it. It's incredible. But the only ones I've tried is when Brad, the owner, he has it behind the bar, and I'm sure he cracks open like the best bottles for everybody to sample out, right? So having just one of these,
in a pint size. Too.
Yeah. So basically, they were saying that it kind of like over like the many years, it just takes on like the taste takes on the environment that it was in. So this one's like maybe it could have been like just like dust and clothes in the attic or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. Yeah. I'm getting attic-y flavors, but so for me, both of them are not great. Both are duds. So
I feel like the Jim Beam one probably air got inside and it was heavily oxidized. The first one actually I felt was surprisingly bright. Oh wow, made in Peoria, Illinois. So no, this is a great experience. I am having a blast. Now this is a brand I've never heard of. Bourbon Supreme, American bourbon from the American Distilling Company. I've heard of that.
Dated that to like 1961 or something like that.
Yeah. The best in bourbon, charcoal distilled. Do you think that is the Lincoln County process, you think?
Gotta be.
Yeah. Interesting. And it says straight bourbon whiskey. So it says charcoal distilled. So if that does mean that it's charcoal mellowed, you can see even back in the day, they considered this bourbon. So for all you haters, Jack Daniels is bourbon.
I never even heard anybody debate that, but okay. I'm actually smelling stuff here.
Oh, wow. Now that is not a bourbon at all. I'm smelling something, but it's not smelling like a bourbon, right?
Oh, really?
There's definitely
A layer of sweetness, yeah.
I would say there's a layer of dust, and I'm trying to.
Yeah, like a little vanilla or something.
Yeah. This,
The best one, I think, right?
I think this is the best one. Surprisingly bright for vintage, even brighter than the first one. Very sweet and bright. I can't think of a product that is made now that tastes like this. They got to bring this back. Very bright.
Only problem, they can't replicate it.
Not much oak on the end, but not a harsh finish at all. I mean, there's no age statement, so, you know, it's got to be at least 4 years old. This is amazing.
That's really good, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that it resembles like a light whiskey, having the sweetness and brightness. A light whiskey has, in my opinion, kind of has this not satisfying finish, kind of like an Irish whiskey finish. This doesn't have that. This definitely has a bourbon finish. That would beat it a lot of blinds. But this is fantastic. Thank you so much.
Do you think
this is incredible?
Do you think something like this could, like, let's say somebody's like at a bar, maybe they're getting a little buzzed, but they're ordering the really expensive stuff, and instead of OFC or something, somebody just pours them something like this. Do you think that might be even kind of hard to tell the difference sometimes? No?
So,
or you think it's that much different?
I feel like it's very unique. If someone's sitting in the bar drinking a lot of old stuff, this does not come across as being old. So it doesn't, there is no youth notes on it. There's no flaws, in my opinion, to this pour. And it's really sweet. So according to my scale, where you guys all know that nothing can be too sweet, this bourbon ranks very, very high. The only criticism I could have for it is that it's 88 proof and maybe even lower because of, you know, evaporate or how long it's been in the bottle. So I think if you're at a bar and someone pours that, they would be like, oh, that's a very unique bourbon. I love that. That's fantastic. Who makes that? I wouldn't necessarily say it drinks like a high-end whiskey.
My conspiracy theory debunked. I thought that, you know, these like OFC and Double Eagle Rare, they're very expensive because of all just like the brand name, the Buffalo Trace brand name. But hypothetically, I mean, yes, they're aged in the barrel a long time, but maybe something that's like a vintage whiskey could come close at like a fraction of the price. But I guess when you taste them side by side, you can tell that, yeah, that the Eagle Rares or the OFC would beat these out, right? Well, the first two absolutely, because I think they're oxidized. They're not, you know.
Yeah.
But something like this, do you think they wouldn't even stand a chance? Huh? Guess not.
I think this is fantastic. Okay. If someone is restarting a distillery, bring back Bourbon Supreme. This is how you replace the batteries off of your double Eagle Rare box. Look at that. It takes two AA batteries.
3 AA.